Welcome to Mr. Clark Tries Making a Pizza. So today we're going to do a little bit of a cooking show. We're going to show you how to make your dough from scratch. We're going to show you, we're making a chicken bacon pizza with alfredo sauce. So my wife Robin's going to show you guys how to make some alfredo sauce. And then we're going to dress those and we'll show you the finished product in the end. A little sticky, just put a little bit more. But we are going to start with our pizza dough. So if you want really nice fluffy pizza dough, you gotta let it rest for a little while. So we're gonna start that now as our first step. Here, so I've got a cup of warm water. I'm gonna put that yeast in there. I'm just gonna put, usually they say 1 teaspoon. Then you wanna get a little sugar in there, a little food for that yeast. So we're gonna get a teaspoon of sugar here. We're gonna dump that in there and then we're gonna dissolve that inside of our cup. So we're gonna let that sit for about 5-10 minutes here until it starts to foam. We're gonna mix all of our dry ingredients together. So first thing, our dry ingredients, we need, of course, flour. 1 cup of that all-purpose flour, so there's a half cup here. I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar on top of that. Make sure we got some little sweet bread there. So I'm just gonna dump some sugar in there. And then once our yeast wakes up, we'll start getting that pizza dough into a ball and we'll let that rise for a little bit. All right, our yeast is activated. You gotta make sure, I forgot, you gotta add just a little bit of salt in there with your dry ingredients. And we're gonna just take, this is a half cup of warm water with that yeast in there. And we're just gonna get it all together. You can see we're kind of like, we're getting into a big old ball here. And then we're gonna put it back into our container. And we're gonna place that over the top to kind of keep that moisture in there. And then we're gonna let it sit for about an hour. So our dough looks good. I'm gonna sprinkle a little flour on top there. We're gonna put some flour on our table here. We're gonna get that dough and we're gonna expand it in size a little bit. And the first thing you want to do is you want to give yourself a crust. And you can pick it up. And you just want to start rotating it around. And gravity is going to do most of the work for you. Physics, gravity, you guys know the deal. And I think that's going to be a nice little pizza. Well, hey there, Robin. Hey! What are you working on?
Some alfredo sauce.
Alright, so how do we make alfredo sauce? What do we need?
Well, the most important and only ingredient that really matters is this guy right here.
A lot of butter?
A lot of butter. More butter the better. So first thing you want to do is wash your hands. It's coronavirus, people. Let's get it together. True. Wash your hands, and then you're going to add your butter and you're going to melt it down.
Alright. Our butter's melted, what's next?
Alright, next, second most important ingredient, heavy whipping cream. And you're gonna do about 1 cup to 1 1/4 of that. So some additional things you can add in is like oregano and parsley. I don't ever measure those because measuring's for suckers. So just kind of to whatever your eye/stomach feels like for all those different spices. And then we're gonna let this bad boy simmer for about 5 minutes. Again, butter and cream. While that simmers, I am going to go ahead and start grilling some chicken as well. So you can have it with butter or olive oil. I prefer olive oil just because it's a little bit healthier. We're gonna dice these up so they're nice and small.
Ooh, that looks delicious. Now, one of the perks of cooking at home is that if you want, you just eat the food as you go. And here in the Clark household, we do love our Parmesan cheese. So, you want some?
So the last thing you want to do, which is a great part of the alfredo sauce, is adding in the garlic. So adding in probably about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons, depending on how garlicky you like things. Add that in there, mix it right in, and then the cheese. We like 2 different types of cheese. The recipe calls for just Parmesan, but we are an equal opportunity cheese household. Therefore, we have mozzarella and Parmesan for it. So this is how I measure. And when you think did I put in enough cheese? Add some more. If you want to be fancy, you add parsley at the end. What does parsley taste like? Nothing.
So, chicken's almost done, sauce is ready, but we both really know what the best part is. The bacon. So, bacon is simmering. We're almost there, chicken's done. And so I'm gonna take us back over to our pizza station and we're gonna start to dress that pizza and get it ready to rock and roll. There we go, looking good, looking good. And then I am gonna step away and I'm gonna let Robin come in and finish off this pizza before we throw it in the oven.
Alright, set your oven to 350 and this bad boy's gonna be in there for about 10 to 15 minutes. Check to see if the cheese is brown.
Alright, we broiled our cheese just a little bit to give that golden brown feel. I'm gonna take a look, we're gonna pull this out of the oven. Ooh. Now that looks like a pizza to me. Guys, this has been Mr. Clark Tries Making a Pizza. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay inside, and we will see you next time. You ready for pizza?